Hello dear students, how are you? I hope all are fine and good. Okay, how is going your studies? Do your work properly? Okay, this is your golden time. So use your opportunities. Okay. Okay, let's come our topic. In previous class we learned lot of information about angiosperm family, especially leaf, shoot system, root system, likewise. Now we're going to see about plant morphology and taxonomy of angiosperm. In previous class also we learned lot of information about especially angiosperm. Today also we're going to see about angiosperm family, but especially the character of reproductive morphology. Okay. So what we learned in last class, that is a type of leaf, simple leaf, compound leaf, then modification of leaf. So uh, totally we learned outer structure of the plant. Now we going to learn the inflorescence structure of the flower. Okay. In this lesson, we are going to see inflorescence, flower, accessory organs, then androecium, gynoecium, construction of floral diagram and the floral formula, fruit seeds. These all are reproductive morphology characters. Okay. So in last class also we learned what is the reproductive parts of the plant. What is that? Did you remember? Yes, very good. Flower is a reproductive part of the plant. Okay. Therefore, only the flower is a very attractive part. Okay. A lot of the person like flower only. Okay. So, because of the attraction, the insect to help the pollination. Okay. So today we are going to see about the plant morphology and taxonomy of angiosperm. Okay. Inflorescence is nothing but the defined pattern of arrangements the flower structure is called inflorescence. Okay, this is for your understanding only. Inflorescence is a particular pattern of arrangements of flowers is called inflorescence. But the term of definition is here. An inflorescence is a group of flowers from a branch or unbranched axis with a defined pattern. So, here very important line is a defined pattern. Inflorescence is a arrangement of flower. That is, arrangement is a defined pattern. That is called inflorescence. In your classroom, everybody should sit particular order. That is a defined pattern. So here, flower also have particular pattern for their arrangements. That is a inflorescence. Function of inflorescence is here to display the flowers for effective pollination and facilitate seed dispersal. So already I said flower is a reproductive part of the plant. So all the flower is a very attractive color for especially the reproductive work such as pollination. Okay, because some insect or some other factor only reasonable for the pollination. By that only the flower is an attractive color. So here the function of inflorescence is a help to effective pollination. Okay, can you understand? Then after the grouping of flowers in one place gives a better attraction to the visiting pollinators and maximizes the energy of the plant. So flower color and arrangements of the flower is only for attraction to pollinators, okay, and effective pollinations. This is a function of inflorescence. Inflorescence is a very interesting topic and also important also. So listen carefully, okay. Types of inflorescence. Based on position of inflorescence, it may be classified into three major types. One is terminal, second one is axillary, third one is cauliflowers. Okay, these are the major classification based on position. What is terminal? Inflorescence grows as a part of the terminal shoot. Underline the word terminal shoot. If flower present in the terminal shoot, that is called as terminal inflorescence. Best example is Nereum oleander is the best example for the terminal. Then next, Axillary. Inflorescence present in the axil of the nearest vegetative leaf. That is called as axillary inflorescence. Hibiscus rosa sinensis is the best example for axillary inflorescence. Then final one is cauliflorus. Cauliflorus is nothing but developed directly from the woody drug. That is called as cauliflower. Look at this picture carefully. These flowers grow directly from the wood. That is called as cauliflowers. Okay. So best example, Theoproma coca is the best example for the cauliflowers. Okay. Can you understand? These also types of inflorescence, but these types classified based on branching number and arrangements of flowers. Okay. Before that classification is based on position of the flowers. Here based on branching number and arrangements of flowers. Okay. So this is a very specialized structure. These types of inflorescence have the specialized structure. Okay, what is that? First one is interminate. Interminate inflorescence. Second one is terminate inflorescence. Third one is mixed inflorescence. Fourth one is special inflorescence. Okay, these are the four types of inflorescence based on basic branching number and arrangement of flowers, and some specialized structured. Some other grow especially get the special characteristics. So these types based on the branching number and arrangement of flowers and some specialized structures. Okay. First of all, that types is based on position only. Okay. But here branching number and arrangements of flowers and also have some specialized structure also. Okay. Underline that word. Branching number, arrangements of flowers and also some specialized structure. Okay. What is that types? First one is interminate. Second one is terminate. Third one is mixed inflorescence. Fourth one is special inflorescence. In this class, we only learn interminate inflorescence. Interminate inflorescence is also called as racemose. What is that? Interminate inflorescence also called as racemose inflorescence. Okay, today we are going to see about only racemose inflorescence. Okay. Okay. Before we learn the four types of the inflorescence. First one is interminate, terminate, mixed inflorescence, special inflorescence. The first two is racemose and cymose. Okay. So now we are going to see about the differentiate between racemose and cymose. Okay. So racemose is also called as interminate and also cymose is also called as terminate. First of all, we see the racemose. Racemose main axis of unlimited growth. Main axis of unlimited growth. Okay. Then next one is flowers arranged in an acropetal succession. Underline that word, acropetal succession. First point, unlimited growth. That is a key point. Then second point, acropetal succession. Here it is a key point. Then third one is opening of flowers is a centripetal. Centripetal. That is an important word. Okay. So first point is a main axis of unlimited growth. Second point, flowers arranged in an acropetal succession. Third one is opening of flowers is centripetal. Fourth one is usually the oldest flower at the base of the inflorescence axis. Okay. But usually in racemose flower have the oldest flower at the base and the youngest flower at the axil. Okay, this is a major difference between the racemose and cymose. And here the cymose main axis of limited growth. Main axis of the limited growth. Then second point, flowers are arranged in succession. Flowers are arranged in succession. That acropetal succession. Here single succession. That is a basipetal succession. Okay, flowers arranged in a basipetal succession where cymose. Okay. Then after opening of flowers is centrifugal. Opening of flowers is centrifugal. There centripetal. Here centrifugal. Okay. Then final point is the oldest flower at the top of the inflorescence axis. Here is a totally change. There oldest flower only at the base. Here oldest flower at the top. Okay, this is a major difference between the racemose and cymose. Can you understand? Again I said racemose, main axis of unlimited growth. Then here main axis of limited growth. Then racemose, flowers arranged in an acropetal succession. In cymose, flowers arranged in a pecipetal succession. Okay. Then third point, in racemose, opening of flowers is centripetal. In cymose, opening of flowers is centrifugal. Then fourth point, in racemose, usually the oldest flower at the base of the inflorescence axis. Here, cymose, usually the oldest flower at the top of the inflorescence axis. Okay, can you understand? First of all, first point is a key point, unlimited growth, limited growth. Then second point, acropetal succession. Here, pecipetal succession. Then racemose, centripetal, and in cymose, centrifugal. Then in racemose, oldest flower at the base. Then cymose, oldest flower at the top. Okay. So underline the key point. While you study, you remember only key point. Then only you easily learn. Okay. So this is an easy question. So study it very well. Racemose. The central axis of the inflorescence possesses terminal bud which is capable of growing continuously and produce lateral flowers is called raceme inflorescence. Okay. What is the definition of raceme inflorescence? The central axis of inflorescence possesses terminal bud which is capable of growing continuously and produce lateral flower is called racemose inflorescence. Already we learned in the difference between the cymose and racemose. What is that? The oldest flower at the base. Okay. Here also come similarly. The old flowers are at the base and younger flowers and buds are towards the apex. Okay. This is a major difference and this is a best characteristics of the racemose. Then these racemose also have different types of. It is a further divided into three types based on growth pattern. Based on growth pattern. Underline that word. Based on growth pattern, racemose also divided into three types. Okay. Now we are going to see about what is that. Look at this picture carefully. These are the special types of racemose. Already we know it. It is a further divided into three types based on growth pattern. First one is main axis elongated. Second one is main axis short-ended. Third one is main axis flat-ended or globose. Okay, these are the major divide portion of racemose. Okay, this is based on growth pattern. Can you understand? First is a elongated, second one is a short-ended, third one is a flat-ended or globose. Okay, these are the based on growth pattern. Okay, not as growth only, growth pattern. Okay, so first one is a main axis elongated, second one is main axis short-ended, third one is main axis flat-ended or globose. Okay, in main axis elongated, simple racemose, spike, catkin, spikelet, spadix, panicle. Okay, again I said simple racemose, spike, catkin, spikelet, spadix, panicle. Okay, then main axis short-ended also divided two types. One is a colb, umbel, colb, umbel. Okay, then main axis flattened or globose also divide head only. Okay, this is a major types of the racemose. Now we are going to see about it in detailing. Main axis elongated. The inflorescence with unbranched main axis bears pedicellate flowers in acropetal succession. For the example, Crotalaria, Retusa, mustard. These are the best example for main axis elongated flowers. Okay, look at this picture carefully. This is a example. First one is a Crotalaria, second one is a mustard leaf. Okay, Then these also get lot of types of. What is that? Simple resin, spike, spikelet, then catkin, spandex, panicle. Okay. Now we are going to see about it very detailed. Look at this picture carefully. This is a main axis elongated types. First one is spike. Second one is spikelet. Okay. So first picture is a example for spike. That is a acheranthus. So what is spike? Spike is an unbranched indeterminate inflorescence with sessile flowers. Okay. Here look at this picture. It is unbranched. Can you understand? Okay, unbranched and also indeterminate inflorescence with sessile flowers. Sessile flowers is a small flowers. That is called as spike. Then next spikelet. What is spikelet? The literally it is a small spike. It is similar to spike, but it is a smaller. Okay. Then the fluorescence is with branched central axis. Each branch is a spikelet. Each branch is a spikelet. Then sessile flowers are formed in the acropetal succession on the axis. A pair of inflorescence bracts called clumes is present at the base. Each sessile flower has a lemma. Then pella. Okay. Then it's a very good example for spilets is a paddy or wheat. This picture is a wheat picture. Okay. The wheat is a best example for spikelet. Okay. Can you understand? These also type of main axis elongated. First one is catkin, second one is spandex. Okay. So look at this picture. Okay. If you see this picture carefully, you can understand easily. First one is catkin. What is meant by catkin? This is a this is also called amand. Okay. The catkin is also called as amandin. Then pendulous spikes with a long and dropping axis bearing small unisexual or bisexual flowers. In the presence of catkin flower have the unisexual or bisexual plants. What is meant by unisexual and bisexual? Unisexual means single plant, a single flower have two types of sexual pods, and bisexual means plants have two types of the flower. One flower is a male flower, then another one flower is a female flower. Okay, this is a unisexual and bisexual flowers. Then this picture is a Agalipa hispida. Okay, this flower name is a Agalipa hispida plant flower. So next one is a spandex. So what is meant by spandex? An inflorescence with a fleshy or thickened central axis that possesses many unisexual sessile flowers in acropetal succession. Usually female flowers are found towards underline the word. The base and male flowers are found at the apex. So female flowers found towards and male flowers found the apex. Okay. So this is a explanation of the spandex. Then colored or hard black called the spathe. For the example, Colocasia is the best example for the spandex. Okay, this picture is a Colocasia plant picture. Okay, can you understand? Main axis elongator. Panicle is also one of the type of main axis elongator. Look at this picture carefully. This is an example for the panicle. This is a mangifera flower. Mangifera is nothing but it's a mango tree flower. Okay. So a branched resin is called panicle. So it's a very simple explanation. Branched resin is called panicle. Okay. So it's a very easy. What is panicle? A branched resin is called panicle. For the example, mangifera is the best example for panicle, and neem also best example for panicle. Okay. So it's a very simple. It also called compound resin and resin of resins. Okay. The panicles have two other name. One is a compound resin and another one is a resin of resins. Okay. This is very important. Underline that word in your book. Compound resin or resin of resins. Okay. Then main axis shortened. Now we are going to see the main axis shortened. It's a second type of resin. Inflorescence with the reduced growth of central axis. There are two types. One is a column and another one is a umbel. Okay. This is a major divide of a main axis shortened. This is also divide based on the growing pattern. Okay, so here column is nothing but an inflorescence with shorter pedicellate flowers at the top and longer flower is a bottom. This is a major difference between column and umbel. Again I said the flowers at the top, the shorter pedicellate flower at the top and the longer pedicellate flowers at the bottom. All flowers appear at the same level to form convex flat-topped racemes inflorescence. For the example, Cephalopoenia is the best example for the umbel. Then compound umbel is a branched column is called compound column. For the example, cauliflower. Okay, look at this picture carefully. That is a cauliflower plant. Okay, this is one of the example for main axis Saturn column. Then next, umbel. What is meant by umbel? Umbel is nothing but an inflorescence with indeterminate central axis and pedicellate flowers arise from the common point of pedicel at the apex. Common point of pedicel at the apex. It's underlined. Best example, Allium cephum. Okay, for the ball-like structure plant is called Allium cephum. This is the best example for umbel. Then each smaller unit is called umbellate. Okay, this is the best example. Carote. Okay, carote is the best example for umbellate. Okay, then then we going to see about the main axis flattened. Main axis flattened. Okay, main axis flattened also one of the type of racemose. What is that? The main axis of inflorescence is mostly flattened or globes. Okay, already we know these divided based on growth pattern. So here main axis flattened is nothing but the inflorescence is mostly flattened or globes. This is a best explanation of main axis flattened. Okay, look at this picture carefully. This is a one of the type of main axis flattened. It is a flat or globes. Okay, mostly it's a flattened, rarely it's globes. This is a types of main axis flattened. Okay, main axis flattened also called head or capillum. Okay, this head or capillum is nothing but a head is a characteristic inflorescence of Acetaceae and is also found in some members of Rubiaceae and Mimosaceae. Okay, these plants family have a what is that type? Main axis flattened. Okay, then this is two types. One is a homogeneous head and another one is a heterogeneous head. Look at this picture carefully. These two plants are similarly same. Okay, first one is a homogeneous head, second one is a heterogeneous head. Homogeneous head is nothing but this type of inflorescence exhibits single kind of florist. What is that? Single type of florist. Inflorescence has disc, floret alone. For the example, Verniaria. Okay, Verniaria is the best example for homogeneous head. Then heterogeneous head. The inflorescence possesses both type of florets. Example, Helianthus. Helianthus is nothing but it is a sunflower. Okay, sunflower plant is called Helianthus. Okay, so these two plants similarly same but a little bit differentiated. That is a homogeneous and this is a heterogeneous head. Okay, florets is nothing but the standing of the flower is called florets. Okay, two type of florets is there. One is a disc florets and another one is a ray florets. Okay, disc florets at the center of the head or tubular. At the center of the head is tubular. That is disc florets. That is a bisexual flower also. Then ray florets is nothing but found at the margin of the head. Found at the margin of the head. That is ray florets. Okay, this is a major difference between the disc florets and ray florets. Then the flower and inflorescence are subtended by the lateral appendage called bract. Then in sunflower you may notice that the whole of the bracts form a cup-like structure. So that is a cup-like structure is called bract. Then a group of bracts present beneath the subunit of inflorescence is known as involers. Okay, this is a key points of this lesson. What we learn in this class First of all, we learn the inflorescence. Inflorescence is nothing but that is a flower arrangements. All the flowers arranged in particular pattern. That pattern also varied in plants to plants. That is called inflorescence. Then types of inflorescence. First of all, these types based on position. That is a terminal, axillary, cauliflorous. These are the types of inflorescence based on position. Then based on branching pattern and other characteristics. That is the first one is interminate, second one is a terminate, third one is a mixed inflorescence, fourth one is a special inflorescence. In this class we only learn racemose only in detail. Okay, then we learn the differentiate between the cymose. What is that? The key point only I said. But first is the unlimited growth, here limited growth. Then in racemose, acropetal succession, and in cymose, basipetal succession. Then in racemose, opening of flowers is centripetal. In cymose, centrifugal. In racemose, usually the oldest flower at the base of the inflorescence axis. In cymose, oldest flower at the top of the inflorescence axis. This is a major difference between the racemose and cymose. Then we learn the explanation of the racemose. Main explanation is the old flowers or the top of the at the base of the flowers. Okay, that is a major difference. Then we learn the types of racemose. Three main types. These types are based on the growth pattern. First one is a main axis elongated. Second one is a main axis short-ended. Third one is a main axis flattened or clouds. These are the major difference, major types of the racemose. These types based on growth pattern. Okay. After that we detail the main axis elongated, main axis shortened, main axis flattened. Okay. This is our class information. Then this is a homework time. First of all, what are the difference between racemose and cymose? This is a very easy question as well as it's a very important question. So study well. Then mention the types of inflorescence based on position. After that, give short notes on racemose. These are the your homework. Study well and write one times. Okay. Do your homework properly. Thank you, students.